It's pretty and deadly, just like me. I kill mosquitoes. I'm motivated so much by a couple things that other people aren't. Parking? Yeah, where parking is, like events. If parking's stupid, I won't even bother going to the event. And mosquitoes. And this is our new war. World War III is of the spiritual variety and mosquitoes. So I'm gonna see, because they've been talking Alaska. I've been hearing Alaska talk about their mosquitoes for a long time. I had one come at me. I had to duck. I was like, shit, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna put these on a necklace and wear them around my neck. And then I'm never going outside. So, anyway, here we go. We'll put that guy up there. They're chargeable too. I like it that they're chargeable. It's as good as I got for now. So, hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I got other stuff I went into town today for garlic and to look for body wash with something with a eucalyptus in it and or lavender, and I scored this beauty. I'm gonna try this. It has both. Mosquitoes don't like lavender, they don't like eucalyptus, so I'm gonna I ate a clove of garlic. I'm gonna douse myself with this, man. I'm ready for the skeeter. You ready, girl? I gotta talk to the vet and see now if I should like get them on heart guard now.
That's a good idea.
That's pricey for 4 dogs.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh Lord, but oh Lord, we'll see. I'll just give it out, get it out, throw it out there. I got no earthen chart. I'm real bad with. I'm not good. I'm good with budgeting and not spending. But like my birthday season, every year, it's spring. I feel good, but I gotta I gotta not spend. Go on a spending freeze. Oh, I don't like it. Anyway. So, this is how things are. It's been an eventful day. Today was a good day. It started off scary as hell. Mom freaking went down. It was so... I said, okay, so what we're discovering, how... not only am I... What the hell's going on with my hair? I don't want to look at that. So, not only am I very aware of my patterns, that I'm very acutely in tune with people in my proximities patterns too. And so, what's new and different with Mom is she's been the last couple days been like real active in the morning. Like when I am too. Like she gets up and she's following me around, and I'm doing the morning routine and she's following me around, and I'm gonna get hot. And that tells me that she's energized like I am, and that, so what I gotta do, it's my responsibility, it's to help her find the positive ways to channel that energy too. Benny, no! Go lie down. We'll go walk around in a minute. Good boy, love you so much. Good boy. Good boy, Benny. Good dog. Good dog. So, had her put on her shoes and go walk around. Go walk around. You want up there, Tuck? Come on, or what, you need a drink? Hey, hit that hydration station. Do it, sir. So what happened is I had my dumbbell that whenever I think about it, or if I start getting anxious, or if I start thinking too much, like outside the room, or I start getting too heady, I'll do a set. and then it'll put me back into the room where I'm at. And so I set it right here because when they did the floor, the corner, the way they cut it, it's not at a 45-degree angle where it meets. It overlaps. And so it's real sharp metal. Yeah, there's your girl right there. You want up here? You want up there? Tuck, you want up here? You want up here? What do you want to be? Artie's in there. Good boy. Good boy. You want to go sit by Grandma? Good boy, Tuck. Good boy. He's good. Is the fan... Can you feel the fan, Mom? Yeah. Alright. Good boy. And I kept thinking I need to fix that. And so like I cleaned out the van. I didn't vacuum it out yet. Now the temperature is going to dip next couple of days. Damn it. I hate this time of year is so iffy, man. So I brought the duct tape in, and then so I said, Mom, hold on. You know, I said I'm going to go run it back and put these clothes back in on the laundry, where the laundry is. Keep things tidy. Things get out of hand real fast around here, so gotta put, so. Well, she started to follow me, and she holds her sweater. It's a source of security. It's a security blanket for her. She held Sassy for so long. Last 5 years of Sassy's life was spent on her lap, so. I think it makes us both feel better, because it's weird to see her not without anything on her lap, because Sassy was on her lap for so long. So she carries her sweater, and so it has a blind spot. She didn't see the obstacle that is keeping people from stepping on the thing, and I took 2 steps. I heard a thud. I'm like, I turn around, and she was like flat down. And I just saw her. Now, Mom and I, we've been through a lot together, huh, Ma? A lot of stuff. You were 15. You had a prolapsed rectum. That happens to little kids. I've seen it on sitcoms and TV shows. I don't know a whole lot of people. Well, it's not something people really talked about, but I say it's because, I don't know. I think because people push too hard, and that's not how your body wants you to excavate or have, it doesn't want you to poop that. It wants your body to relax, and then it'll come out on its own if you eat the right food. If you eat a bunch of shit, it takes forever. Our bodies are factories. People just don't treat them very good. So, she went down flat. So, she had that. She's had her stroke. There's been a lot of times that I've had to pick her up and hold her and carry her through life for a little while. I'm good at it. I'm good at supporting people. It's one of the things I'm good at doing. I want to teach other people how to do it. And so she was laying down there. I said, "Are you hurt?" And she said, no, I said, "What hurts?" She said, "My hands and my knees." And so I picked her up. No, that's not how it went. She was laying flat. I said, "Are you okay?" She said, "Yes, I think so." And I got her to stand up. And she's only this big. And so I just basically, I gave her a hug, and I picked her up. And I said, "What hurts?" She said, "My knees and my hands." And I set her in her chair. Because if she broke something, I'm not going to let her have her stand. So I just picked her up in a way that all of her weight was not on. She was, yeah. And so I put her in her chair, and I said, "Okay, let's assess." and then she starts doing this. So okay, her wrist, her hands, her fingers, her hands are good. They're gonna be sore. Nothing's broken. See, she don't go to the doctor unless it's emergency. So and doctors. Oh, I would have to probably take a freaking escort with me just to keep me here, because doctors, when I was 15, when she had her stroke, I would shoot out. So I could only imagine. Anyway, so I said, okay, let's look at the knees. And on her knees, she had, on one knee, it was like a raspberry. That's what it was, like a raspberry, like when you ride your bike and you go down on the hard, like that road rash. That's what on one knee. On the other one, it was a little bit. It was like a little bruise. It was nothing. And she did her knees, and so, and I kind of felt around. She's like, that doesn't hurt, that doesn't hurt, that doesn't hurt. Okay, all right. And then I had this stuff. And I said, I'm going to put some of this stuff on it. Got it at the head shop where I get my, anyway, peppermint menthol, ultra CV. Now I'm showing people because I put this on this morning and I looked at her knees at about 4 o'clock. I said, let's look at another thing I did as soon as she did that is because her body is in a state of escalate. It's in a heightened state, right? Because that's one of the first things when people fall down. I said, the first things I ask them, I didn't say this, preface this, but I did ask her. I said, are you scared or are you hurt? And she said, I'm more scared. She said, I'm scared. And then that's when we stood up. But I do it with little kids. See, people, their behavior is guided and directed by how they're allowed to act when they're young children, right? So you have the person that when they fall down, they get scared, right? Oh, it's like that adrenaline kicks in and they love it. And then oftentimes you'll see their life path traject down, of they love the rush. So they drive fast, they, fast girls, whatever, all the living on the edge stuff, that just to keep they love that rush. There's other people that recognize that rush and attribute it to like trauma, scary shit, so that, is just like, okay, access what is going on. Is this, a surprise party, or is my wife leaving me? Is this, it's different levels kind of thing. And then there's other people that just like, that hate the vibrational frequency of fear so much that they will direct and guide their lives in a way, in a course that so they nothing scary ever happens, and that's just crazy. So well, I've seen a lot of kids like that first time. I love kids, man, because kids are just adults, just small, but they can process it. I swear, man, people don't give them enough credit. They really don't. Kids are so freaking brilliant. We're supposed to be listening to them because they're closer to source than we are. They just, God bless them, Ma, came from God's source creator, so they got the answers. They're coming to earth, telling the adults how to act, and, don't be a freaking dillhole and be a jerk and stuff like that. And what do the grown-ups do? The people with thumbs, the earth that they're creating, it's kind of gnarly if you ask me, the way the planet's going, just because you got a pretty relatively small group of people that are, get to designate how things are, and it's just warped when people's egos get out of control. Ego easing God out. So, So yeah, I heard that stuff worked real good. She didn't. I was like amazed. I was like, "Ma, there's barely a mark," and she's a miracle, man. My mom is such a miracle, man. She's just such a resilient woman, you know. So I went ahead and I got the duct tape out and I fixed the. I so that there's nothing there, so she can't trip no more. So that was long overdue, and I'm sorry that it took her falling down to get me to do it. I should have done it to keep that from happening, and that's how we learn life lessons, and I'm not going to beat myself up for it. And given the opportunity, I'm sure there's plenty of people on the planet that would be more than willing and glad to beat me up for it for me. So you know anyway, what else happened today? Rituals. I was listening to Rick Levine. He's such a smart guy. He has, what is he? He tells people he has more placements in Aries that should be legal. He's got like 5 or 6 planets in Aries, and he just on this April 6th, he just turned 74, 75. So he's mom's age. I think he's had pretty much an easier life than mom's had, though. I'm sure of it. So anyway, but he was talking about rituals, and I remember, see, because that's one thing that I have done is all the recall that I had from a little girl I've hung on to, and I'm willing and free, and I have no problem with sharing these beliefs that I have carried with me, and then uh because I don't care what people think as long as people think, and just don't succumb to what somebody tells you is true. Don't take on somebody else's reality to be your own. Come up with your own, including how you want to define yourself. So, um, how's Tucker? Is he okay? Is he settling down? Is he licking all over Benny? Yep, good boy. So Rick was talking about the ritual of, and that's one thing I remember is like he and I are really, we I don't have all that Aries, but we're pretty congruent in a lot of ways, and he was talking about, because he's heard stories before, he's talked about stories that I've talked about and that I've heard before when I was a young girl, you know because I always hung out with the old people. I always hung out with the people that and like paid attention to the storytellers, and the misfits and the people that got in trouble, because I learned from their mistakes. I didn't make their mistakes. I made all my own. I didn't make I mean, I made a lot of the same ones with slight variances. So he was talking about the ritual of blowing out a candle, and there's just, everything has so much symbolism to it, and it's not all tied to evil, wicked stuff. Which, one thing I want to talk about, I should have started to talk about this, but which brings me to, it kind of is a segue. Well, go listen to his talk. He just did a live with Amanda Poole Wash, and then what it makes me think of is, well, basically in the shell of a nut, it's setting the intention, focusing on said birthday candle, birthday cake. I didn't make a wish this year, and I didn't have a birthday reading this year either. Those are two things I didn't do. I tried, but it didn't really work out. So I just was like, fuck it. I don't want to now. So, time to close the window. So he was talking about the ritual of, of the blowing out having a candle, setting the intention, making the wish, blowing it out, and then releasing the energy. And there's so much back and forth going on with like religion and woo woo and new age, and quite frankly, as long as people aren't taking lives of things for their divination, I don't care what people do. As long as they're not doing kids, as long as they're not doing animals, as long as they're not causing harm to any animal creature, you know, I don't even care if because there's a lot of twisted people that they got the idea that if they hurt, then that's like gratification, and they got wires crossed in there, and someone needs to tell them that there's other ways to seek pleasure. And so there's all this, like, all these people standing up, and if you do this, you're evil, and that symbolism's wicked, and they're the devil, and blah 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 blah. It's everywhere. It's all over. It's only gonna get worse. And the way this is how I look at it. With all of that is going on, my perception of all of it is all I really do is I go by the 10 Commandments. I got crisscross in my ear. Maybe I should monetize, and then that way I could play music and then not get my copyright things. But that's not true. I gotta figure it out, because every time they change the algorithm, because Homeboy's not monetized and he just got a copyright too. So it's like, but old girls, they get to freaking dance around in their little shorts and to little freaking, Disney fucking show tunes and shit like that. And, that's okay. So anyway, I guess I'll determine which commandment I just broke with talking shit. Anyway, so this is what, love, hope, and truth. The 10 Commandments. Number 1, you shall have no other gods before me. So as I interpret that, all that Moloch, Baal, all that freaking shit that they do, like they do the rituals for in the Super Bowl, and with all their all that shit that fucking Zach talks about and decodes and all that stuff, right? That's all, if you're taking life for your divination, no bueno. No bueno. No bueno. So, that's how I understand that one. Is my God is I look at it as like, used to be the Gordman's fisherman when I was a little girl. Now it's like the ethers. It's like all the space in between, and what you do with that frequency, with all the space, because we got free will. So what are you going to do with it? You're going to live in service to other people? Or are you just going to live for yourself and chasing sensations and eating all that good food because you just deserve it, and going all to those places and blowing all this money when, and along the way, I got no problem with people living extravagant lifestyles. Well, I got a little problem. No, I got more of a problem with it's like, what are you doing along the way? It's like, why you're doing that in conjunction with living these really extravagant lifestyles, and having these budgets and yachts and stuff. Are you like feeding people in the street while you're doing that? That's what my beef is. No, is all those people. I saw something the other day, so Arnold Schwarzenegger's freaking filling potholes in Los Angeles. It's like, well, I guess it's better late than never, because let's look at your record, dude, when you were the governor. Don't act like you fucking care when you don't. Okay? That is one boomer that can just sit. It's like these guys that, like, their egos, they've always been allowed to do whatever they want. They've never been told no. And you see who they really are. The truth always comes out. Even who a person really is. I saw, I don't tune into the guy very often, but he'll come across, because it's just like what he does. I wish I had all the time to get all the little, the studio and and have the wife to do all the other things while you could sit there and, talk about articles for to anyway, he's doing his own thing, whatever. He's got way bigger audience than me. But he was talking about the Dalai Lama who got freaking like was getting scolded. Dude, I talked to videos 5-6 years ago about how the freaking dude's all about human trafficking, he's total pervert, freaking shouldn't be left alone around kids, stuff like that. And then now, 6 years later, dude's asking little boys to suck on his finger. Dude, don't you think that's bad? That dudes like that ain't the first time he's asked a little kid to suck on anything of that dude. And all these people just praise him, and he's such a wonderful... No, the dude's a creep, and if people just, knew what energy was and how their body... Oh, see, that's the thing, is I think that is the mirror, the beautiful thing that came from my baby rape. That is the beautiful thing, is because I have the ability to detect and feel what a person feels like, their vibrational frequency, how they, the kind of detergent they wear. It's like a profile of people that do things like that, and I can feel them. I can pass them on the street, and I have no problem. I don't care if people think I'm crazy. If they're a dangerous person, I will bring that out in them. I'm an asshole magnet. I wonder how many girls like saw how their dudes treated me. Cause and I understand why. I get why. But have like really seen, cause you can really judge the character of a person by how they treat somebody that they don't want to have sex with. If they're just really good to them because they just want to be a good person. But everybody's got sex in the mind. Everybody's about sex and it's about power and control and sex and I think all that stuff is silly to me. But dudes hate me, dude. Freaking dudes get so pissed, especially because I know I'm a lady, so I just treat women how I'd want to be treated, and they don't like it because they don't want to freaking have to step up and treat their woman like a lady. I was at a bar one time in Salem, Oregon. I'm not real good. Usually, I don't know. I'm not real good at social cues and stuff like that. And I had been drinking after being sober for 15 years. And at this particular night, I was drinking. And see, that's the thing, is because I get an idea about things, and I tune in to what how people are and what they're thinking and stuff, and I'll say it out loud, and they're like, get out of my head. They get pissed at me, and it's a thing. And so I just don't do it. So, but there's this one woman there, and she was looking at me, and the woman that I was with, she I said I think I don't know what's happening, that I don't know, that lady wants to fight me. I don't know what's happening. She's like, no, Marge. She doesn't. She's like, she wants you to go home with her. And I was like, what? And she was there with her husband. And her husband, there were swingers. Okay? And her husband wanted me to go home with her real bad too. So he could go home with this other chick. And I was just like, Lord? What kind? He's like, you deal with the devil's liquid, and I put you in situations, and then you get to choose. And that's how it works. And so I ended up freaking cooking. I don't know. I got sick that night. That's low vibrational shit. But let's go back to the list. You shall not commit adultery. That's number 7. So I talked about number 1. You shall not make idols. And look at all the idols. I call them false for prophets. False for prophets. People that like, hey, don't live in service, you know? And look at, and I think about all the people that need things like socks and toothpaste and, you know, dog food, cat litter, stuff like stuff, and all these people are living that best life, and I'm just like, I think about all this because we grew up and we were those people that needed all that stuff. Well, you know, they spend billions on killing people in countries we have no business being. It just never, this world has just never made a whole lot of sense to me. It says, you shall not take the name of the Lord and God in vain. Hey, you know what? I guess I don't go by all the commandments because me and God, we go round sometimes, and I don't think he cares. I don't think he minds. I curse him, you know. I'm like, why are you bringing me to this point, motherfucker? No, yeah, I don't. And you know what? The more I curse God, the more I validate his existence, is what my buddy DM says. So I'm gonna go with that. I come back later. It happens less as I get older and I become more obedient. I'm still learning too. I never claim to have all the answers. Shit. You remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. I don't know I don't know. I have my days of rest, whatever day, whatever. Honor your father and your mother. Yeah, I do all right there, I think. You shall not murder. You shall not murder. I already said 7. You shall not steal. You shall not steal. In case people don't get the memos, man, this shit's easy. And in the event that people get in such a way that they feel compulsions that they need to do these things, then that's where we need to come in and say, okay, why are you doing that? Do you not have the money? Well, let's have scholarship programs. You go through, you know, you go and do some community freaking service for a couple, you know, 2 shifts on a weekend, pick up some trash, you know, do something in your community, put tags on your car. That's reasonable. That's fair for the year. Why not? Lord knows they don't use all the bazillions of dollars fixing the roads. Anyway, did I finish the commandments? You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. So to me that means what? What does that mean to you? What does that mean? Say your neighbor did something that they didn't. I don't know what that means. See, it's all about interpretation. Words. Some places it's soda pop. Some places it's soda, some places it's pop. Some places it's soda pop. Some places, yeah. None of them are wrong, but sometimes people put the label on people that say words different is wrong. It's stupid. Then it says you shall not covet, so you shouldn't want other stuff that other people have. I think I do pretty good at those. I do. I know what is for me and what is not for me. And sometimes if I think something's for me, it'll probably determine pretty quick that it's not. Or if it's not. Because I'm pretty direct too. Because I don't like him-hawing around. A lot of times, I would rather like deal with like any kind of rejection and no, because of that, what's that word they call it? Limerence. I used to do that a lot when I was a little girl. I get weird kid fixed on things, and I couldn't think. I wouldn't be able to think about, and I just fantasize and just be in my own little world because, you know, frankly, where I was kind of shitty. So I just my salvation has been my imagination a lot in life, and which. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't realize that I was, you know, imagining all these things. And then what I was doing is I was planning and dreaming of how, given the opportunity, you know, like, you know, how it would be in real life for me. So I was manifesting. So I got pretty good at that until God shifted gears and decided that I needed to learn how to be obedient instead. That those lessons were on my plate that I needed to learn primarily over, living the life of extravagance and living my own free will because I wasn't getting it. I got it, sir, God. Good orderly direction. Oh my god, I was such a corny. I'm still corny. I'm still so corny. Footloose. Yeah. I got a big old I got a mosquito bite on the back of me. That's why I'm doing all this stuff, man. This could really freaking suck for me. Get out of his ear. Dang it. Ben is like, it wasn't me, Marge. Bad rap Ben and Marge. It wasn't me. I'm done. I'm done talking. Is there anybody in the talkie room? Oh, hey, Kev, man. How you been? You stayed with her? See, that's one thing that that's cool, Kevin. That's ironic that you experienced, that we had the same experience. Like, Benny, good boy. Good boy, Benny. Come here. You need a drink? Go get a drink. Come on. That's interesting. I wonder what planetary line. Well, somebody did recently, I think, that said something with your mother. You gonna lay down? You gonna go up and sit by Grandma Retta? I'm not taking you out right now. Let me finish this. Good boy, Benny. Go sit by Grandma Retta. Go get floppy on Grandma Retta. She's very resilient, though, man. Mom got kicked off a second-story porch. Huh, Ma?
Yeah.
You've been through some shit. Oh, wow. Her legs couldn't go any farther. I was glad to see that Rick Levine because everybody has a choice, you got to get more fit or you got to get more fluffy. And we got free choice to do, whatever is going to drive us in that course. And if you're, of a certain vibrational frequency, and if you're a spiritual being having a human experience, you're going to want to take care of your soul sack. So you're going to want to motivate yourself and do stuff. You're just going to feel good and want to. And evidently he's gotten his health sorted out, and I was happy to hear that he's lost 25 pounds in like a few months, and everybody should be doing it. And if people that aren't, and if you're not here, if you're listening to people that aren't talking about how they meditate and what they do in their spiritual practice, then you might need to consider thinking about listening to different people. So she probably didn't even know she was. Sounds like she was dehydrated. Sounds like she needed, like she was dehydrated. Dehydration, she could have very well had like some sort of dementia, Alzheimer's or stuff like that. But oftentimes just people just not drinking enough, having water in their body. We're 70% water. We got to keep replenishing that. And people don't. It makes people goofy. Yeah, and no moisture in her muscles, Yeah, and then you throw alcohol into it, and it just freaking It was cool. I don't know. My birthday was okay. 4/9. It was all right. I lost steam at the end of the day. I just like went out and it was like yay, and then it was like. But it was highs and low, and then I just came home and chilled, and it was a good day. It didn't suck. There have been a lot that I just was like, why am I alive? Who cares? Nobody cares. Blah, 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 blah. Whiner, baby, snivel, snot. It wasn't like that this year. For that, I'm grateful. So yeah, no worries. And then I went to a dispensary that if this t-shirt thing ever happens, I don't know if it will or not. I'm starting to get fucking annoyed. But it's all in good timing. But this dispensary has a corner. Taos, what is it? What is it called? Taos Canyon. I think that's what it is. And it's right next to the grocery store, so I can just leave my car in the parking lot and walk over and come back, and I'll buy a couple of pre-rolls, and they give you. I said, "Were you guys open on Easter?" He's like, "No, God, no, And I was like, "That's what I thought." I was down there. I said I didn't go by there because a lot of dispensers will give you a deal on a pre-roll for your birthday. So I got two for $10, $11. That was cool. So that was kind of sweet. I wonder what I did with them. Anyway, I got to put the plants away. Anyway. False witness is just laying on. Oh yeah, just don't lie. How about just don't lie? You know, good. You know how much I have guided my behavior in life is like, Marge, this thing that you're about to do. Do you really want to have to tell somebody that you've ever done this? Like, you're the kind of person that has done something like this, you know? And I have directed, and I used to like some people could do it. Like, if they don't want to use good orderly direction to doing the right thing, it's just like, you got a nana or something like that. You got like an elder, like a grandma or someone that you care about. Like, just pretend like they're always with you. You know? Are you gonna let somebody put something weird in your butt if you're fucking? That would have been so cool if I could have pulled that off, but I couldn't. No butt stuff, man. Nobody wants butt stuff. but the butter, never the buddy. Jesus. I saw that S and I'm just kidding. I know there's plenty of people. They love the butt stuff. It stimulates the prostate. I wonder if more dudes did that, if they'd get less prostate cancer. Or if that's why they get it. These are the things I wonder. Alright. Anyway. Just don't lie. Oh, you were born on a full moon. I think I was waxing. No, I was waning gibbous. I think I was I did a talk about it before. I can't remember. Yeah, Mom did the best she could with what she had, man. That's what I gotta give her, dude. She did way better, you know. And I would have been such a hard. I wandered. I put fishing hooks in my tongue. I was cool though, because there were things that, like, she had these men in her life would just be like, just let her, let her be her, until of course it got dangerous. But I was the 3-year-old, 4-year-old little girl that I got a bike for my birthday. And they had training wheels on it. And I was just like, no, that won't do. I won't have no baby training wheels on my bike. That's for babies. Training wheels. So I went in the garage, got a wrench, went over there, took them off. Nope. And then I knew from what source gave me is that there's a point between not knowing and knowing. There's a threshold. In all ways, your body, your mind, your spirit, everything lines up. When you ride a bike, there's so many people that don't know how to ride a bike. They don't know how to swim. There's so many life lessons that you learn in learning these practices and these disciplines. And balance. If people carried that with them, things would be much different on this planet. Things are going to get scary. They're going to get nuts. They're going to get crazy. We're going to get on the other side, but we got to get to that collective wave of bullshit first. And how that pans out. So, Understandably, right now the people that you come in connection with right now are very, very important for the next cycles in life. So, however you want to wait, if you want to take some action, now's the time. So, anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough. How you doing, Ma? You feel better? Nothing hurts? No? You might be a little sore tomorrow, maybe, huh?
Yeah.
Your body jarring?
Yeah.
You fell all right. You fell. I mean, there's proper ways to fall. I think if she would have whatever she had in her hand, she threw her sweater. She she went down and she tossed that. So people don't fall proper. I remember, see, that's why I don't care about how I feel about things. It's more important to do the right thing. And the way I learned that life lesson is when I was at Disneyland and my grandma was not very nice to me. In front of everybody else, she was really, really sweet. But when nobody else was around and nobody, she would say things that were just very unkind and very mean and not loving. And then so it made it hard those times that she would be kind and loving. I would remember all the times that so it wouldn't count to me. So oftentimes I'd be like, don't touch me because I don't like the way a liar feels. Feels like electricity because I know they're lying because mostly they're mean to me. So don't come back and be nice to me every now and again. That's stupid. I'd rather you just stay being mean to me all the time. It's less confusing. Shoot. So she wasn't very nice to me. We're at Disneyland. We just ate at this Tahitian place. I just had this chicken teriyaki with pineapple. It was so good. I must have been, I don't know, 10 years old, something like that. And there was a ramp out front. And she's like, hold grandma's hand. And she was just really mean to me. And I didn't want to hold her hand. And so I was like, no. And I put my hands in my pocket. And I started walking down. And she freaking wiped out. People whoop. And then my dad and no, they came in and helped her up and everything. She had bruises on her knees like this. Right? So from then on, it was it doesn't matter if my feelings hurt. You got to help people. Doesn't matter how you feel about things. It's matter how you act. Everybody's going around, I'm not going to help him. Nobody helps me. They're doing it wrong. You got to open your heart, and then if whatever help you need in life, God, you'll get it. Anyway, I've been rambling on long enough. Huh, Ma? You done? You tired?
Yeah.
All right, we got to brush teeth, get going, get ready for bed. It's about